Hey guys, welcome to another episode on Kind Spirit Tech. So today we are going to cover subject of Geom segment with GGPlot. And when we talk about segments in GGPlot, don't think about what actual word means. In GGPlot segment, it's actually a line that is going to connect two dots in order for you to better present your data. And of course, the best way for you to understand that is to see an example. But first, I'm going to show you this piece of data that I have in here. So we have two observations and we have temperature measurements. So two observations on 5 places on 4 different altitudes. And we are measuring temperature 3 times a day. So now I'm going to use this data as source. But I'm not going to provide any aesthetics in a GGPlot function. I'm going to do that with Geom segment, like this. And then our aesthetics is going to be on X, we are going to plot time. On Y, we are going to plot the first actual measurement. And now two important parameters, X end and Y end. With X and Y, you are actually determining ending point of our line. With X end and Y end, you are going to determine actual starting position. So we are going to start from 2.5, and on Y end, we are going to use mean of P1. So function mean P1 is going to get us average value of all of P1 measurements. So in this way we are going to get one central point, and from that central point lines are going to be drawn towards these endings. And after aesthetics is done, I'm going to add a line with, let's say, 0,5. Line type is going to be, let's say, 2. There are 6 types of lines. You have solid line, you have dotted, you have dashed dot, dashed. So basically you are going to provide values from 1 to 6, and if you provide some higher value, then modulo 6 of that number is going to be taken. So now let me show you what we have. But first I want to add line color, let's say green. Now I'm going to execute this code. And now I'm going to mark our central point with Geom point, and aesthetics. X is going to be 2.5 and Y is going to be mean of P1. We are going to set color of red and let's say size 4. Save it, run it. And now at the end of these lines I'm going to create labels with text of values. With Geom Level, and aesthetics is going to be time on x-axis, Y is going to be P1, label is going to be P12, fill is going to be P1. In this way our labels are going to be filled with colors from dark blue up to light blue, and our label text is going to be of white color. Okay, save it, run it. And now, before we end this episode, I'm going to teach you how to use this Geom segment in another way. So now I'm going to remove point and label, we don't need them. And I'm going to comment this piece of code for now. And now I want to create bar plot that is going to present our values per times. So we are going to have a bar plot per every time measurement it's taken. And let's create Geom Bar. We are going to provide aesthetics of X time, Y is going to be P1. We are going to fill by place, let's say stat is going to be identity, because we are plotting a value on y-axis. Of course, we want position dodge, and let's say color for borders black. And now I want to mark 75% per every value. So I'm going to use label for that. Geom Level with aesthetics time for x, and on y-axis I'm going to plot p1 times 0,75. We have to group it by place, and let's set label text to be the value, so p1 times 0,75. We are done with aesthetics, and color of text is going to be, let's say, red, but in quotation marks. And now what we actually want, we want our values to be spread across these bars, and we need another function for that is going to be provided to Geom Level. So comma, and we are going to set position to position dodge, and as argument to this function we are going to provide width to 0,9. So 0,9, it's actually going to be horizontal distance in between these levels. And let's save this, run it. You see, now we have our values. But you are going to notice that we actually have two values per bar. That is because we have two observations. And one way to solve that is actually to provide facet wrap in regards of observation, run it, and now we are going to get two plots, one for first observation and another for second observation. But I don't want that. I want only values from first observation. And with tidy package we could actually do that with a single line, but I'm going to show you how to do that without it. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to create new data frame that is going to store values from only first observation. So data frame, and for observation we are going to have column observation from our data set, but where value from that column is going to be 1. And I'm going to copy this for all of columns. So now let's deal with place. This is fine. Then we have time. Then P1. And now I'm going to copy this part. Twice. And let's change this to 2 and 3. And same in here. And if we run this code, we are going to get our plot, but only from first observation. And finally, let's create segment. So use Geom segment, aesthetics, of course, time, and for y p1 times 0.75. And now for x end, we are going to take time. So starting position is going to be on x-axis. So for y end, we are going to say 0, and we have to group it by place. Now let's say align width is going to be 0,5. Line type is going to be, let's say, 2. Color, let's go with red. And finally, position. This is why we actually need this grouping by place. Position dot function with width of 0,9. Is everything in place? I believe so. Save it, run it. And now the only thing that bothers me is actually this line going through text. I'm going to solve that by lowering position, let's say with 0,5. Okay, this is so much better. So guys, this is all for this episode. I truly hope that you have learned something interesting. So please like, subscribe, and see ya!